Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be doing a review of the new NATASHA DENONA Retro palette. This is her fall eyeshadow palette, her newest launch. This was in my most recent Sephora haul. It was a birthday haul. So what I'm going to be doing in today's video is going through the two looks that I have created, this being one of them. And I'm going to talk about my final opinion after using the palette a couple times, if it's actually worth the purchase. So if you're interested in this palette and finding out my thoughts and how I created this look, along with another one, then keep on watching. So as you can see, the palette is absolutely stunning. It's a very purple themed palette, but it's not just purple. There's some like more rosy tone shades in there. I do find if you take a look at the palette, it's half on the more warm side and half on the more cool side, which I really enjoy because not everybody is into super cool tones. Not everybody's into super warm tones. So it's nice to include kind of all undertones. This palette does retail for $65 US and 87 Canadian. It is like their medium size palette. They have the minis for 25 US, the medium for 65, and then their larger ones for, I believe it's 129. It's a 15 pan palette, a total of 19.25 grams. So in my first look, which I will have the footage up here for you guys, kind of stayed on the warmer side to really test those shades out. I used multiple shades and I did feel that all of them were quite impressive. The cream to powders were really pretty, as you can see upon swatch. Their formulas are incredible. The mattes are pigmented, blendable. They're not chalky, patchy, powdery. They're really beautiful. The cream to powders are even creamier, very pigmented, and they do blend out very easily as well. This shade here, Patty, is a nice kind of warm toned. It's a medium nude rose copper, which I do believe is accurate, very beautiful. Another one that I used is the shade Helio, and it is a taupe nude, again, another metallic. So as you can see, very pigmented shades, very easy to work with. What I like about this is that not all of the shades are bam, bright, glitter, multicolor, in your face like the ones that I have on my eyes right now. They are a little bit more subtle, and what's nice about that is for people that maybe like a little bit of shine or maybe a more sultry, deeper look, these are going to be perfect. But then they do have some brighter metallics, so you can kind of go off of both. I feel like this palette has a variety of metallics so that you can do the more sultry, low-key, kind of not in your face type of moment, but then you have those pops of bam, which I like. So for the warm look, I was really impressed with all the shades that I used. I was really happy with the look that I came up with, and I really have no complaints there. Today's look went in with Maud, this cream shade, laid it all over the lid. I went in with the shade Nude Mauve, which is exactly, it's a great description of the shade. It's a nice transition. It has a bit of a cooler tone in my opinion, but it is described as neutral. I just think compared to some of the shades over here, it's definitely on the cooler, neutral to cooler side, which again, I like that there's different undertones. I then went in with Groove, which is a medium dark maroon, but I do find that it has a more of a plummy purple kind of. Like there can be maroons that have a bit of a more red undertone. This one I do find is more purple. Sorry, that was an awful swatch. That was my own bad. That's a bit better. So this one, it has a bit more of like a plummy purple undertone. So I do find it's a more cool toned maroon and I liked that. I laid that all, as you can see, this is a bit of a darker look. I did some more glam looks because I really wanted to play with as many colors as I could, but I probably am going to be doing a everyday look with this, maybe a Fab and Five type video. So stay tuned for that because I know a lot of my looks can be quite glam. And I like when I'm testing products, like when I'm testing a palette, I don't want to just do like a simple little look because I really want to see how far the palette can go. But stay tuned if you want to see a more everyday, simple look that maybe you'd be more comfortable doing because I know this is quite glam. But I did go in with that shade pretty much all over in the crease and all over the lid. I did a bit of a halo eye today. Then after blending that all out, I also utilized the cream to powder the shade Andy. And that is a matte taupe lilac, which is really pretty. Again, there's lots of purples, lots of burgundies, kind of maroon type shades. Very beautiful shade as well. Really, really pretty. Every shade I used, I was impressed with. I did go in with the shade Glitz, which is so pretty. It is a metallic duochrome that has a cool baby pink with a champagne shift. So it is quite interesting. As you can see, it's nice and bright. It's nice and pigmented. It's all over in the center of my lid. I did actually go in with the shade Jude first, which is a more metallic warm taupe. Just to kind of utilize that shade. It was really, really pretty as well, actually. I was more impressed with that shade than I thought I'd be. Looking at it, it kind of looks like one of those metallic taupes that like are a little more subtle, but it actually had quite a bit of light reflective bam kind of effect, which I liked. You could probably do it in a more subtle way, but if you build it with your finger, it actually is quite pigmented and bright. I'll show you. Like as you can see, it's brighter than you'd think. Like it has that kind of dark sultriness to it, but it also has that nice light reflective bam, which is the stuff that I look for in terms of metallics. Like, yes, there's some in here that are a little more subtle that you might not like. It's not like when you are in the light, it's like bam, 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 but you have a little something. And then there's the ones that are going to stand out a little more. And I love when palettes include both. So then when I went in with Glitz, which as you can see is so beautiful, it took the look to a new level. It also has a glitter kind of topper called Psychedelic. And it's a little more of a sheer formula, which I'm finding palettes are coming out with more and more, even from like different brands. So as you can see, it's like a more sheer formula. So it's not all that like insane. And now it is bright, but it's really, really beautiful on top of darker shades or just kind of a light layer over top to add a little bit of glitter. It's a little bit of a multicolor moment, described as a warm baby pink with multicolor topper. Definitely like that glitter topper that you can kind of pop a light layer on and then it adds that little bit of glitter. It's such a beautiful effect. Or you can do what I did in the inner corner. I put it on a brush, wet it, popped it in there, and it really is like a bam. So it's a very versatile formula. I do find that this palette really, you can do a lot with it. You could do very everyday looks with some of these lighter mattes. And then, as I said, there are the kind of more subtle metallics, but then you also have a lot of depth, richness. This palette is very rich and it really does scream fall to me. So honestly, after using it twice, creating two different looks with it, warm and cool, I do feel very impressed by this palette. It gives you everything that you need to create some really stunning looks from everyday to glam. Perfect for fall. And I'm honestly like super, super impressed. Stay tuned for a more everyday simple eye look because that will be coming very soon as well. I also will be doing swatches of this whole palette in just a moment if you guys are interested in that as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment below if you have this palette and what are your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear your opinions as well. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, In the description below will be some info on how to enter a giveaway I'm currently doing. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.